Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the Casual Fan Podcast, the hardest working, most accurate, most entertaining, and above all else, the most profitable sports gambling podcast you will find anywhere. I'm your host, Ben Holmes. And I tell you what guys, your boy is hot right now. If you're ever gonna pick up on a video that I'm gonna make, this is the time because I am on a heater. Okay, maybe I oversold it a little bit, but over the last 3 days in this week 3 of the MLB season, I'm 9-4 with a plus 615 return on my investment. So for every dollar you put on me guys, you're up $6.15. For every $100 you put on me, you're up $615. It's really that easy. I know what you're thinking, but Ben, you haven't put out a YouTube video in about a week. What are you talking about? Well, go on Twitter, follow me at Ben's_best_bets, and you will get all that sweet action right there. We do have a fairly light slate today, just 8 games, 2 of which will already have concluded by the time you're probably watching this video. For the sake of transparency, I've already laid a unit on the over 8 in the Detroit-Pittsburgh game. That line has already moved to 8.5, so it's looking good. It's looking good, but I'm gonna put my cards on the table, so I'm either gonna look like a genius or look like a schmuck. But I'm pretty used to looking like a schmuck, so that's okay. Before we get into the nitty gritty, don't forget to give this page a nice thumbs up and the likes, and don't forget to give us a subscribe as well. Really, really appreciate it, guys. Quick shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're on pace to set the regular season win record. And I just saw today that they've been favored in 201 straight home games. That's not gonna change anytime soon. Because no matter what starter they put out there, they put out Dustin May, their 5th starter is better than some people's 2nd starter. And they've got a really good lineup as well. So Dodgers picking up where they left off, I believe I had that. I hammered that over. And shout out to Shane Bieber and especially Corbin Burnes. They're absolutely setting the league on fire. Burnes 40 strikeouts, no walk. I believe I had that as well. And then Luis Castillo, an elite ground ball pitcher, running into problems because his defense behind him isn't good enough. I believe I had that too. Okay, enough self-congratulating because there's plenty I got wrong as well. Case in point, the Boston Red Sox. I was a tough critic on them, and they're proving me wrong. And some general betting advice, and we can get away with talking about this a little bit because this slate of games is so light this evening. Moving forward, guys, take dogs. Just take dogs. I don't want to say blindly. Don't take them if they have no chance. But even if you think they only have a small chance, it's worth just hitting the money line on that. Because in this baseball season so far, the dogs are barking and they're paying really well. And that's what happens when the Atlanta Braves, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Houston Astros, and Minnesota Twins, and the New York Yankees all have losing records. Conversely, the Seattle Mariners, the Kansas City Royals, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the San Francisco Giants, if the season ended today, they'd be in a playoff spot. Those teams that aren't doing so well will do well, and some of the teams that have gotten up to early leads will start to slip down the board a little bit. And also, if you think the pitcher is going to dominate his outing, instead of betting on his team to win the game, bet on stat-specific things for that pitcher. For example, bet the over in strikeouts, or bet the under for the amount of runs the team he's going against is going to score. Or if he has a good enough offense behind him, maybe bet on the first 5-inning line. Before the bullpen gets involved, you have to pay a bit of a premium for that. For example, tonight, the Dodgers are minus 170 favorites, but for them to win the first inning, they're minus 200. So you see the favorites, the odds are even shorter when you do the first 5 innings because they're favorites for a reason, but just bear that in mind moving forward. For example, Mad Max Scherzer was just phenomenal his last outing. He was insane. And the Nats only just won by a score of 1-0. Easily could have lost that game. And we ran to that in the start of the year when Corbin Burnes burst onto the scene and the Brewers couldn't give him any run support. And we talked about Jacob deGrom's struggles to get run support. So just take the offense out of the equation and just ride the arm of the pitcher. I capitalized on Rogers for the Marlins yesterday. The Marlins ended up winning the game anyway, but absolutely no regrets of my decision whatsoever. It's actually a rather tough slate today because there's no real aces that we can ride except Walker Buehler. And obviously, like I said, the Dodgers at home, they're just big favorites all the time. So you kind of have to parlay them with another team or try and find a creative way to create more value when you bet with the Dodgers. So here we go, guys, official picks. Take the Los Angeles Angels plus 105. They lost to the Rangers yesterday 7-4, losing the series 2-1. But they gave up 4 runs in the 8th inning, and they did have Mike Trout at the plate bases loaded, 2 out. He couldn't capitalize, but now they're gonna head to Houston, where they've been depleted through injuries, through COVID-related activities. I really like Christian Javier, who's gonna be pitching for the Astros tonight, but he's really inefficient with his pitch counts. He only usually goes about 5 innings or so, and he hasn't pitched in the big leagues in 2 weeks. They sent him to the alternate training site because they didn't need him, and I'm always a little bit worried when that happens. Yes, Alex Cobb for the Angels tonight faced a semi-similar situation, but he's more of a veteran, and I trust his process to kind of overcome that a little bit more. Speaking of Alex Cobb, his ERA doesn't look too great, but he has 17 strikeouts to 2 walks this year. Angels are pretty much better in every single significant batting statistic, and that's even without Anthony Rendon for the last 2 weeks. Houston is slumping. It's because of things that are out of their control. They will eventually right the ship, but that day is not going to be today. Take the Angels. And I told you we were going to take dogs, and I'm anything but a hypocrite. We're taking the Miami Marlins plus 130. Aaron Sanchez has been a nice little surprise for the Giants, but his velocity is way down, and he's outperforming his peripherals. The Marlins probably don't have the firepower to be the team that gives Aaron Sanchez his first truly bad start of the year, but they've already beat the Giants in a 3-game series 2-1. That was 2 series back. Sanchez got a no decision in that start, but he only went 4 2/3 innings, and he threw 46 strikes to 36 balls. Abysmal ratio there. Marlins are 6-3 in the last 10 and are better away from home so far. I know there's no Starling Marte, but Brandon Crawford and Brandon Belt are also listed as day-to-day at the moment, so I think it kind of evens out. Let's go Marlins. And like I said, guys, it's not a big slate today. Our last pick is going to be Ryan Weathers, starting pitcher for the San Diego Padres, to strike out over 4.5 Los Angeles Dodgers batters. He gets a strikeout per inning. He's only given up 3 hits. Granted, it's only been 10 innings. Some are in relief. He's only had 1 start. It's his 2nd start of the year. The last team he faced was this LA Dodgers team, in which he struck out 3 batters in 3 2/3. But most importantly, he threw 79 pitches, so he should be close to being fully stretched out. And now with Dinelson Lamet tragically going down yesterday in his first start back, Weathers is going to want to make a statement that there's no need to call up Mackenzie Gore just yet. Weathers is going to be like, I got this. I can hold down this rotation spot. Don't you worry, guys. He's going to come out firing. You might be thinking, but the Dodgers, they're, like you said, just favorites all the time. All they do is win games. They are a phenomenal team. I'll give you that. But they're middle in the pack in terms of how much they strike out. Now, partly that probably has something to do with the fact that, like I said, every time they trot out a starting pitcher, he's absolutely lights out. So they can afford to take some real mean cuts, which then leads to their fair share of strikeouts. And these are all later games, guys, so you got plenty of time to go place those winning wagers. Have fun with these. That's what it's all about. Good luck to you. Now remember, only bet as much as you're willing to win, and most importantly, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube page, and spread the word if you like the content. I make every single bet that I tell you to bet. I'm making money off it. You can too, just as easily. You can get my smoking hot picks every day at my Twitter account, Ben's Best Bets. We're gonna have some more sports gambling advice for a wide range of sports coming up basically every single day. Like, subscribe, peace.